part 2 of climbing Mount Fuji, I spook a woman.
Ooh. Oh yeah.
Mo runs away to save his butt. Aman provides travel advice.
Poop at the summit, man. You should have.
And we take a look at my big stick.
Because we are straight.
Most people would agree that sunrise and sunsets are beautiful everywhere on Earth. It has no borders and is shared amongst all nations.
But only Japan has made it their identity. Have you ever looked at the Japanese flag and thought, why do they call themselves the land of the rising sun?
And why are the rays so thick and rigid? It's oddly unrealistic. It's almost like the Japanese think their sunrise is somehow special.
And it's a ridiculous notion that they may actually rightfully claim. Because
we have never seen a sunrise like that. The rays looks exactly like the art depictions. This is not a camera phenomenon. That's how it actually looks to the naked eye. I'm sure there is a scientific explanation, but in that moment we were just in awe. The sunrise was one of the most unexpected surprises of the trip. Let's just say it truly opened our eye holes. Now I would love to tell you that after last night's rest and this incredible sunrise, that I'm no longer feeling sick. But the truth is my voice has gotten worse and I'm feeling weaker than yesterday.
now I may not look it, but I am a pretty tough cookie, so I'm not about to say anything that may bring the spirit of my team down.
Oh, here we go again.
I don't remember saying that.
Look, I just needed some motivation. A little pep talk would get me on my way.
It's for the stick, it's for the stick, it's for the stick. It's good for a good cause.
Yeah, exactly.
It's basically as good as charity. It's like I'm as selfless as a
Billionaire who, let's face it, there are no good billionaires. A politician who, a Wall Street broker who.
How's Aman doing? I don't know. What you doing? Are you peeing? He's posting.
Yeah, these two have been posting non-stop since the sunrise, and it's kind of pathetic because
Who needs Instagram points when you can get YouTube points?
So many likes. How many likes did you get? I don't know. Oh, you don't know.
Alright, let's get back into it. I want to show you how it feels to climb Mount Fuji. So here is what the first bunch of steps look like, and guess how long it took me to have to take a break. First thing you may notice is that the terrain is as jagged as the day before.
Oh, slightly flatter here. Little flatter here.
Tough as it is, at least we still have banter going.
What?
Said you should never drop the stick.
I placed it down gently, fully aware of his feelings and not hurting it. I mean, we spent the night together, so we're bonded now. Yep. Oh no, I chipped it here.
Mistake was the wrong word. It's a battle scar. Oh, by the way, did you see the timer? 4 minutes and 30 seconds. That's all it took for me to need a break.
Oh, felt like we came a long way, but not at all.
To better understand our rate of progress, we broke out some boy math.
Yeah, 60 minutes. 6 4 is 24. 24.
Yeah.
Shit. So how many hours is that? 4 hours to go up?
4 hours to go up according to
Shit.
the sign.
Not at this rate, it's not gonna be 4 hours.
2 hours down.
So
7 hours to get down to the hotel.
According to boy math, we would be back at the hotel at 1 p.m., leaving us plenty of time to find transportation to Osaka, which was 5 hours away. And of course, boy math is gonna be way more accurate than girl math.
Right?
Well, let's hope that up there is where the rocks turn back into gentle gravel slopes. One thing was obvious though. I was fading faster than yesterday. Yesterday I was a climber, today I'm more of a cautionary tale. An hour into the hike, and as soon as I've reached 8th station, I knew I needed help. Mo and Aman saw it too, and they offered to lighten the load on my backpack. Well, thanks to them, I was able to reignite my passion for stamp collecting. Although technically I was in rougher shape, at least when I'm climbing now, I don't feel lightheaded, a sign that my body is adapting to the high altitude. One by one, we checked out the huts of the 8th station. And as we ascended, we met some pretty interesting people. Like this guy who wants to do Mount Fuji all over again, but with a samurai armor.
I'm gonna come back next year and wear my samurai armor.
Do it.
Which was super admirable, but even more impressive than that.
Did you guys start this morning or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We only started at Station 5 though.
Did you guys hear that? He started this morning, and he made it sound so effortless.
I will not stand for this because I'm too tired to, so I'll keep sitting.
Like the old, fat, sickly, geriatric decrepit that I am.
Youths!
And then there was this guy.
It's only stairs.
Yeah, this guy gets it, but he does look like he'll have enough energy to serenade everyone at the summit with his beautiful rendition of Wonderwall. And what kind of people do stuff like that?
Oh, that's right.
Youths!
And then there were these two girls that literally jogged up the mountain and encouraged us to try it.
Of course, given my condition, I said no. No way I'm gonna let these
Youths!
make me look weak. So I did it.
Okay, your turn. Go.
It's easy, eh?
Yeah, it is.
See how easy that was and how strong I made myself look by simply saying yes instead of fucking kill me.
Now my only concern is they'll try to strike up a conversation with us because of how impressive we were. Luckily, our physical prowess intimidated them so much that they just ran off.
How very typical of these.
Youths!
Speaking of being left in the dust, Aben was now way ahead of us and nowhere to be found. Meanwhile, Mo gets food dropped on his shoe.
We
are sorry.
It's okay.
I meant to say,
Daishobu.
Japanese people are just so nice. Actually, in Japan, even their insects are more polite. This little bee here hovers around you with absolute precision. It respectfully keeps its distance while checking you out and being mindful not to crash into you. Our bees? Bunch of drunken goofballs. Alright, we've made it to 9th station, which used to be a temple I believe, is now destroyed, potentially by the sonic boom that the two jogging girls have left behind.
And this was it, the final push to the top.
The sun was beating down hard and the air was at its thinnest. People have started using canned oxygen and the infamous lines started to form.
I think I've been stopping every 20 meters. So like going the last 200 meters is gonna take me 10 stops. Jesus. But so are the other people.
But after 5 hours, we were close, just one more push. Usually when you've accomplished a big goal, especially one with a physical toll,
You give each other a high five, lie down on your backs laughing.
and then maybe make out a little bit.
But not us because we are straight up exhausted.
We managed to take a photo, not even a group shot, and then collected what we thought would be our last stamp.
No smell for this one.
Then we regrouped with Amen and sat down for a much needed rest.
How do you feel?
No,
Come on. How do you
man,
feel?
to be honest, talking to myself, maybe after 4 years, please don't come to such climb. Man, it is hard, it is tough. It's just not worth it. So don't come next time.
Don't come next time. Okay. How do you feel, Hin?
Hungry.
Alright,
I'm thirsty.
that's it.
Otherwise good. Got the stick.
Good.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah. Got the sticks. You didn't get to poop at the summit.
I'm gonna add more food in there before I do it.
Yeah.
Poop at the summit, man.
And that was basically it. That was our celebration. In fact, we didn't hear much celebrations from other hikers at all. It was too bad that we've missed Guitar Guy's performance. The whole thing was actually a little bit anticlimactic. Last thing before we head down, we needed to check out the crater. And that was when we've learned something terrifying.
This is it, right?
This is the hole we've been looking for.
Yes, this is the hole we've been searching for.
These are the droids you are looking for.
These are the droids we are looking for.
Okay, I'm not going up there. I don't really need to go up there.
Where?
I can't stress enough how tired we all were, and it really made no sense for us to keep going because we do have a train to catch to Osaka.
But what if that was the final hut and there's one more stamp to collect up there? Can't risk it.
We decided it'd be worth it even if it means missing the train to Osaka. The crater circuit is about 2.6 kilometers long. It's another 100 meters gain in altitude, and it usually takes about 1.5 hours to complete.
Had we known that beforehand, we actually might have skipped it.
Not because of the train, but because we were truly exhausted. And guess who I ran into again? The jogger girl who's probably taken 3 laps already.
Woo. Oh yeah.
Overwhelmed by my balancing prowess, she runs off yet again.
Use.
After 30 minutes or so, we've reached another temple and what seems to be another hut. Maybe this was the real 10th station. Mo and I split up to check, but this looked really promising as every temple and every hut we've passed have offered us a stamp.
Every single one except for these 2.
Our only hope now is to keep going and hope that the final hut at the very peak has a stamp for us. From here we once again go uphill, but this time on really loose sand and gravel. People were slipping and sliding all over the place. But there was a long lineup, which is usually a great sign as there has to be something interesting there. Well, after 30 minutes of waiting, this is what we found. A stone pillar and on it engraved, the highest point in Japan, the Swords Peak of Mount Fuji. There were no huts and no stamps. This structure behind us I think is a weather station. Were we disappointed? Absolutely.
Had we known what was up here, we probably would have skipped the whole thing. But in this case, ignorance was bliss because the circuit turned out to be 100% worth it.
For one, the Handboys got their next album cover.
But more importantly, you tell me if this passes the vibe check.
Tengo todo lo que tengo, no busco cualquiera, un mal deseo. Tengo todo lo que tengo, no busco cualquiera, es un mal deseo. En la noche siento el olor, casi loca por tu amor. No quisiste mi calor, me dejaste sin razón. En la noche siento el olor, casi loca por tu amor. No quisiste mi calor, me dejaste sin razón. Ya no quiero más tu karma, no vuelvo más a esta cama. Si no quieres más mi alma, no vas a ver mi puta cara. Ya no quiero más tu karma, no vuelvo más a esta cama. Si no quieres más mi alma, no vas a ver mi puta cara. Tengo todo lo que tengo.
One of the downsides to hiking Mount Fuji is that you don't get the most scenic of views. For that, you want to hike another mountain that overlooks Mount Fuji in the background. But how many other mountains can make you feel like you're in Laputa or Tears of the Kingdom? As I stood there above the clouds, no peaks, no landmarks, just sky, wind, and what could have been ancient ruins. Standing on Fuji felt less like a mountain and more like a floating island disguised as part of the earth.
It was
marvelous. The only problem was we couldn't spend more time enjoying this because we had a train to catch. But herein lies another challenge.
a lot of hikers will tell you that going downhill is a lot more difficult than going uphill.
But I mean, the air is only gonna get thicker, so how hard can it be?
Finally going back downhill from the summit, and man, we're moving so much faster than going uphill. You can finally kind of enjoy the scenery while walking.
And Amin, well, he was tired of waiting for us for an hour on the climb, so he finally put his foot down.
No stopping, nothing. We're gonna take the bus straight, okay? And then we'll find a good place to eat.
Well, that pack lasted about a whole 10 minutes. That confidence went away as soon as we've hit the real descent, which started to look like the hill at the very summit.
I think we all fell on our asses at some point.
So slippery, jeez. It's tiring.
Okay, jagged rocks were getting into our shoes, stabbing us every step of the way. Your shin muscles are on fire from slowing yourself on a decline. With this pace, it would take us 5+ hours to get down. Luckily, I was the male model Pretty Face Pretty Boy poster child of the 2014 Harry Rosen Spring Run.
The walking embodiment of linen luxury and the face that launched 1,000 cardigans. They didn't sell well.
The trick to this downhill is as simple as
Just send it.
Resisting the slope hurts so much more than just walking perpendicularly to the decline. Yes, this method brings you closer to God, but I've lived a long day, and you tell me what's worse, dying or missing the bus to Osaka?
Prioritization is not always my strong suit.
Let me know your choice in the comments. But really, look at the difference in speed. I'm even overtaking people. How much time did this method save? Well, about 2 minutes from hairpin to hairpin. You can see here I'm waiting for Mo and Amun, and once they have arrived, I passed on my secret technique.
It's easier to just go fuck it.
Not gonna lie, I think I'd make a great kindergarten teacher.
And with this method, we've managed to reduce the time from 5 hours to about 4 hours. All in all, going down was actually much easier than going up, even if my big toe started bleeding at the end of it. We started the day at 5:30 a.m. and according to our previous boy math,
7 hours to get down to the hotel.
we'd be back down by 1 p.m. Our actual time of arrival, 5:30 p.m. Which is an amazing estimate because with boy math, 4.5 hours meant that we were only off by 0.0005 years. Right away we went to the store to get something to drink. To give you an idea on how exhausted we were,
Both Amun and Mo has left the stick, the thing that we worked so hard for, at the convenience store. Luckily nobody steals in Japan, so they were able to retrieve it. Mount Fuji is now complete and off the bucket list. And here is the stick in its full glory. The stick itself is definitely top 3 if not the #1 souvenir I've ever gotten. But it did cost quite a lot of money because with all the stamps added up, $5 here, $7 there, I think we spent over $100 on it.
I do however think that it's worth it. But what about Fuji itself? Was it worth it? Factoring in all the reservations you have to do and the hoops you have to jump through, the arduous climb that will leave you literally breathless, and the fact that there are more scenic mountain climbs out there, what you get is a sizable and breakable challenge, an absolutely glorious sunrise, a very rare but truly above the clouds experience, and a very special souvenir that you've helped create.
Mount Fuji remains a one-of-a-kind bucket list travel experience.
Do I feel the need to do this a second time?
No.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And for me,
If 0 is a try for yourself and a -10 is a don't touch it with a 5-foot stick, Mount Fuji comes in at a positive 7.5, a glowing recommendation.
so Mount Fuji, would you do it? Let us know. But if you do go,
Just try not to let those damn youths get in your head.
in the next episode, we'll show you how to bring the stick back, explore sights, food, art, shopping, scaring ourselves shitless.
And these two have a secret that might just break the ham boys apart. Also, there is another travel camera review for this entire trip. However, that's too much content to squeeze in, so it will have to come at the end of this Japan saga.
I bring my stick from Japan to my yard. Subscribe, it's better than yours. Subscribe, it's bigger than yours. I can teach you, but I won't have to charge because it's YouTube and it's free.
We are at the summit. It's just
No. Over there is summit and then you gotta move. This is the temple.
whoa, dude's huge.
You see how easy that was? You see how easy that was?